Advertising expenditure in Kenya currently stands at 65 billion shillings, a 33% increase compared to 2011. This is due to technological innovation and a fast-growing middle class. The goal of any advert is to enable brands to obtain top-of-the-mind awareness among consumers.
In sub-Saharan Africa, we begin to see tremendous growth. And I think that's because of the entry of multinational advertisers or blue chip companies that are beginning to see a lot of opportunity in terms of growth. You know, there's this realization that the next level of growth will come from Africa. Africa is rising, Africa is growing at a tremendous rate. So you find because of that, and also because a large number of consumers, you know, Africa with its over a billion consumers now, it suddenly makes it really interesting for people who want to do business in this part of the world.
Radio is the largest media platform, reaching 70% of the population. Print covers 20%, while the television audience is 10% and remains the channel with the highest recall value to the target audience.
Television has tremendous amounts of potential, and we've seen studies in the past that have pointed to the recall of television tends to be the highest as compared to the other media. Even a study that we carried out a study on some advertisement that had been carried out about 2 years ago, and what we found was that radio had received about 70% of the budget, television about 20%, and print 10%. But the recall, what people remembered seeing was the television ad more than even hearing the radio ad or seeing the print ad. So it points to the potential of television advertising, and I think that's certainly a media. It'll continue to be a media of the future.
Global firms are eyeing a piece of this industry in Kenya. At the moment, it is dominated by Scan Group, the only listed ad agency in the country.
In terms of growth, I think the next 5 years present fantastic opportunities for ad agencies in terms of becoming more professional. Largely, you will find that the industry in sub-Saharan Africa is very, very unsophisticated. But that is quickly changing because, you know, consumers are already getting into the new field of technology. Mobile phones has changed that whole game plan. And because nowadays in marketing, we talk a lot about conversations on storytelling and and one-on-one connecting with people, engagement. So it's no longer how it used to be. Just like from a media perspective, you find there's not a lot of research, a lot of data in these markets, but that does not stop you from being able to do great work from an advertising agency's perspective, because it's just about engaging consumers and getting them to understand what you mean, giving them the content and giving them permission to talk, and they go on and spread your word. So there's a fast move advantage for advertisers that are coming into this market now.
With the entry of international players, the war for creative minds has never been so intense. Talent mobility in this industry is now at its peak, with many agencies looking to attract and retain their workforce.
In any market where the media is growing and the advertising expenditure is growing at exponential rate, you will see more players coming into that market to take advantage of the benefits that are offered therein. And this marketplace was tremendously small when it comes to advertising agencies. And that's the reason why we're seeing now international players looking at this marketplace. The other thing is that, you know, in very few places around the world do we still continue to see growth in the economy. But in Africa, I think we could say almost on average 7% growth, you know, across the different markets. Tremendous amounts of growth in media itself, media and advertising. And when you look at some of the other marketplaces, especially the US, which is the largest, Europe, followed by Europe, there's a lot of stagnation. There has been a lot of stagnation due to the financial crises. So a lot of organizations are looking at Africa as an opportunity to grow.
Spot On, a research tool used to measure advertising effectiveness and reach, was launched in Kenya last month. This application gives advertisers a true reflection of the customer purchasing patterns after running an advertisement.
Spot On is a tool that is a post-testing advertising tool, which helps advertisers understand how effective their ads are. We've introduced Spot On into the Kenyan market so that we can help advertisers get better return on their advertising investment by understanding how strong or how weak their advertising creative is. Now, it's based on reach and response, right? So reach being the number of people who've been exposed to the advertising, and response, how this would affect their purchase considerations or their purchase behavior, having seen the advertisements.
The goal of any advertiser is to ensure that the advert reaches the target consumer and persuades them to buy. Now, with the increase in technology and the entry of international players, Kenya is definitely headed the right way as regards advertising. For Eye on Kenya, I am Laban-Cliff, Onserio.